Hey there, crypto heads. It's your boy Crypto Trap saying thank you for swinging by the channel. Your new home for expert analysis from an amateur nutshell. This is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well with all this crazy stuff in the world going on. Shout out to my subscribers, the first 100. You will always be the original 100, so thank you very much. Keep an eye out for an upcoming subscriber challenge I'm going to do. It's going to be an opportunity for one lucky subscriber to win 100 free XRP coins. So don't miss out on that. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on that opportunity. With that being said, let's jump right into today's video. So shout out to Little Man's World, a fellow subscriber on the channel who requested this video from me. He asked me if I could do a video on all of the information that I thought would be relevant regarding Algorand, and I posted a video up on this, so that's what I did. First, I relied on some other channels on here that I trust their information, I trust their opinions and how they do their stuff. So the way I put this together, guys, was I leaned on a little bit of their information. I'm going to let them tell you the information because I don't believe in regurgitating information. I'm going to let them say it the way that they say it best. And then following that, I've got my own information that I did an investigation on, and some stuff that I found that I think you're going to find real interesting, to try and see if we can find the Algorand link to greatness, so to speak. Do not miss the end for the revelation I'm going to give to you.
Over the last few weeks, we've seen VCs and community treasuries allocate hundreds of millions of dollars to smart contract cryptocurrencies in a bid to expand their ecosystems. Now, one of these smart contract cryptos is Algorand, and even though Algorand has also been penning significant partnerships and accelerating its blockchain's development, it has gone by relatively unnoticed compared to many of its peers. If you're unfamiliar with Algorand, here are the highlights. Algorand was founded by MIT professor Silvio Micali in 2017. Silvio is renowned for his contributions to cryptography, specifically zero-knowledge proofs. Algorand was built by Algorand Inc., a for-profit software company based in the United States. Algorand is owned and operated by the Algorand Foundation, a non-profit based in Singapore, which commissions Algorand Inc. and others to develop Algorand. The Algorand mainnet went live in May 2019 after raising over $120 million across various VC funding rounds in 2018 and an ICO in 2019. Algorand uses a novel proof-of-stake consensus mechanism called pure proof-of-stake, which purports to solve the blockchain trilemma of scalability, security, and decentralization. In pure proof-of-stake, relay nodes randomly select a participation node to propose a block. The likelihood that a participation node is selected is partially proportional to how much algo it has staked. The minimum stake for participation nodes is 1 algo, and the current staking reward is slightly north of 5% per year, with no lockup or unlock period. There's also no slashing on Algorand. While any wallet can act as a participation node, running a relay node currently requires permission from and coordination with the Algorand Foundation, hence why Algorand only has around 100 relay nodes. This somewhat centralized setup allows Algorand to process more than 1,000 transactions per second, including smart contract transactions. Algo is Algorand's native coin. Algo is used to pay for transaction fees, for staking, and will soon be used for governance as well. Algorand's governance has been in the works since last November, when founder Silvio Micali proposed a push for more decentralization. To give you an idea of how quickly Algorand is growing, when I last covered it in May, there were around 500 projects building on Algorand. By June, there were over 700. I believe in Algorand. Algorand is arguably one of the most legit cryptocurrencies out there, especially as far as the institutions are concerned. The fundamentals are there, and there's no denying that. Transparency and a willingness to improve. That's what I love about Algorand and why I still believe it has potential in the long term.
Depends what you're looking into, right? Which we're going to get into one of those things, which is not PayPal, but Algorand. And how does that relate? Well, PayPal stablecoin, what can it mean for payments? So we saw that the source code showed that a stablecoin was sitting in there, which is super interesting because PayPal just ended up confirming that they are exploring a stablecoin because basically a developer found out that they were, and they just ended up telling everyone, yes, we are. Now this got people searching, right? And you have PayPal, right? Acquired a company called Curve. This is extremely important because Curve and Algorand partner to advanced institutional and digital asset security. So before, right? Or, somewhere in between there, Curve and Algorand partnered up. And basically the importance of that is because now who's PayPal going to build their stablecoin with? It's obviously going to be Algorand. This is what Algorand's always been talking about: stablecoin this, stablecoin that, USDC this, right? Well, you guys know what I mean. Central bank digital currencies as well. And basically, now we're looking at the point where this connection is so strong. There's no doubt in my mind that PayPal is most likely going to be partnered with Algorand. Curve is not a thing anymore. It's PayPal, right? I heard some people talking about if you go to the Curve site that it literally sits and redirects you to PayPal. Okay, so basically right now we are waiting for the announcement to officially happen, but it seems like it's going to be very bullish for Algorand. And if you look at the end of this video, you're going to see Algorand's price action is bullish, right? It's sitting very low. It looks like it's ready for some big candles to the upside. And I think this is going to be a big catalyst for that. If you look at Algorand right now, we have hit resistance. So this is a very key resistance area that we have been on and that we just got rejected off of. So I'm telling you guys, if we can cross, $1, $1.16, $1.15, sorry, $1.10 to $1.16, we could go off to the races.
Algorand is just taking over when it comes to NFTs. Unbelievable what they're accomplishing. They're working with large corporations. I mean, they're hosting infrastructure in countries like El Salvador, running their Bitcoin across Algorand. Everything is literally muy linda, mi gente, muy linda. Algorand is one of the safest holes I have ever seen in my life, and I've been around for a while now. Jason Lee, excited for Algo Foundation to partner with Wavelength with plans to gamify the social experience for its users as a fully verified autonomous social media platform, aspiring to be the fairest and most rewarding social network on the internet. So now there you have it. How people can use Algo to make purchases on this social media app or social media site, whatever they're going to call this. It's similar to what they're doing with the metaverse. We're going to get into the metaverse. Algorand is in the metaverse. And let me tell you something. If Algorand is in the metaverse, the way that Algorand works and how efficient they are at accomplishing something, they're going to dominate in the metaverse. So then we have the E-Pre lowdown, right? So you have Envision Racing is returning to Mexico for Formula E Cauldron, and they're hungry for victory. Sounds a lot like Algorand, doesn't it? Listen, every single time Algorand's insignia, Algorand's name is on that racing suit and on the nose of that racing car, it is the greatest marketing of all time. People are glued to their televisions, glued to their phones and computers when racing is going on. People have a die-hard love for racing. Trust me, I know a lot of family members of mine love racing. And when we're watching racing, we're into it. And we love to read all of the different companies that are on the cars and on the suits. Algorand is right across the suit. What Algorand is doing is making it so everybody who is involved, everybody can thrive. Everybody can make money. The future is extremely bright. I'm telling you, that parabolic run, ooh-wee. Can I get in closer? There's somebody out there. Auphanim, don't get too close to the screen. I like you. I don't like you that much, buddy. Ooh-wee. I'm sorry, I have to crack a few jokes here and there. The Algorand Foundation announces Stacy Warden as new CEO. I know, you're not understanding how major that is. Algorand Foundation just announced that the Stacey Warden is the new CEO. If you don't strap yourself into this car, you're gonna fly through the back window. Algorand is about to take off. It's about to go nuclear. With Stacey Warden at its head, controlling the ship. Do you understand what that means? Warden, who has served on Algorand Foundation's board since September 2021, steps into the additional role of CEO effective today. Warden has led global teams at the Milken Institute, JP Morgan. I gotta lean all the way back. JP Morgan, the NASDAQ Stock Exchange. And I'm gonna drop this one on you. Let it just weigh on your brain when you think about the parabolic run that's coming through Algorand. I'm gonna drop this one on you. And the U.S. Treasury Department. The game has just begun. Algorand can't lose. Can't. So then we have this. AlgoDex is live. We are delighted to announce that AlgoDex, the first order book platform on Algorand, is now live on mainnet. It's just one major piece of news after another. As far as Algorand versus Ethereum, let me tell you something. There's no competition between the two. It's not. Algorand is going to dominate. It's going to take over. Algorand and HBAR. When it comes to smart contracts and security, Ethereum cannot beat them. Thanks to Algorand and the Algo Foundation for their support enabling the creation of NFTs without a negative CO2 impact. I believe Algorand is carbon negative. That's another reason they're going to win. Their technology is beyond energy efficient. It's not carbon neutral. It's carbon negative. Oh, why do I still buy? Oh, why do I still buy? Oh, why do I still... Do you know this song? A lot of y'all, you don't know this song. Bone Thugs, you don't listen to them.
All right, if everybody could go right now to these guys' channels and show them some love. First, Coin Bureau. Awesome channel, awesome information. This guy has been kicking butt forever since I've been getting into crypto and watching and finding information. He always does an awesome job. Please subscribe to his channel, like his videos, hit the bell so you get all his updated videos when he releases them. Next, go to Noaty Crypto. Again, Noaty does great content, routine daily updates and stuff. Really smart, really intelligent stuff. Give him a like, give him a subscribe, guys. Hit the bell so you get all his updated videos. And thirdly but not last, please go to Auphanim's channel. Subscribe, like, hit the bell, guys, so you get all his videos. This guy not only does great content, but he's got an awesome sense of humor. Really intelligent stuff. Please show these guys some love for the info that they gave you on Algorand. Okay, so now with all that great information being said and shared, I'm going to try and follow up with something on the relevant scale that I think you'll find important. And see if I can share with you why I've become to believe that Algorand may be holding the royal flush in crypto. Okay, so rummaging around, doing some digging, it led me to this PayPal article on PayPal's news source. PayPal newsroom, I'm sorry. It says PayPal welcomes leading experts in distributed technology, economics and regulation to blockchain, crypto, and digital currencies advisory council. So taking a look at Peter L. Brigger Jr. first, right here on the left. It says he's the co-CEO of Fortress Investment Group. I didn't know who they were, so I decided to look at the website over here on fortress.com. You go to the team development, and it has his name right here, Peter L. Brigger Jr. Now here's where it gets interesting. It says, prior to joining Fortress in March 2002, Mr. Brigger spent 15 years at Goldman & Sachs & Company. Goldman & Sachs & Company. That was interesting enough to where I wanted to read who these other two guys are right here. Let's check them out. This gentleman right here, Wesley R. Edens. Prior to co-founding Fortress in 1996, Mr. Edens was a partner and managing director of BlackRock Financial Management Corporation. If you do not know who BlackRock is, Google them now. They have their hands in everything. The next gentleman here, Randall A. Nardone. Again, cutting through some time. Prior to co-founding Fortress in 1996, Mr. Nardone was a managing director of UBS from May 1997 to May 1988. Before joining UBS in 1997, Mr. Nardone was a principal of BlackRock Financial Management Corporation. So you have two former BlackRock employees and a 15-year veteran of Goldman Sachs right off the bat. This gentleman here, Chris Broomer. Agnes N. Williams Research Professor, Georgetown University Law Center, and Faculty Director, Institute of International Economic Law. Let's take a closer look at him. Chris served most recently as a member of the Biden-Harris transition team, assisting in leading work streams relating to financial technology, racial equality, and systematic risk for the Treasury ART. Okay, so now moving on, we'll take a look at this gentleman here, Timothy Massad. It says right here, he's a research fellow at Harvard Kennedy School, an adjunct professor of law at Georgetown University Law Center. It says right here, Timothy Massad is an American lawyer and government official who served as the chairman of the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, under President Barack Obama. So now we have two people associated with the presidential staff, one for the Harris and Biden administration, one for the President Barack Obama. He had previously been Assistant Secretary for Financial Stability at the United States Department of Treasury, where he oversaw the Troubled Asset Relief Program, TARP, created by the U.S. government in response to the financial crisis of 2007-2008. All right, next up we have Antoinette Shore. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce her name. Shore. Stuart C. Myers Horn Family Professor of Finance at MIT Sloan School of Management. Pretty much what I found on her was that she's a major critic of Bitcoin, and another website had her rumored to be an appointee of the Biden-Harris administration, but I could not confirm that, so I'm not going to show you what was said in that post because I cannot confirm it. I'm not going to try to give you any kind of information that I cannot confirm is absolutely 100% legit. So we'll just move on from here. So next up we have Dr. Nia Narula, Director of MIT Digital Currency Initiative. Now, what is the Digital Currency Initiative? Let's take a look at it. Here she is on the actual website for Digital Currency Initiative. Nia Narula is the Director of the Digital Currency Initiative, a part of the MIT Media Lab focusing on the cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. While completing a PhD in computer science at MIT, she built fast, scalable, distributed systems and databases. She is a member of the World Economic Forum's Global Futures Council on Blockchain. Folks, that's Davos. If you do not know who Davos is, Google them now and research them. That's major information right there. Now, an OpenCBDC is an open source project to engage in collaborative technical research to understand the space of designs and potential central bank digital currencies, CBDC. The first contribution is OpenBC-TX, an experimental transaction processor that emerged from joint research with the Federal Reserve of Boston as part of Project Hamilton. Now, what is Project Hamilton? The goal of Project Hamilton is to investigate the technical feasibility of a general purpose CBDC that can support a payment economy at the scale of the United States. Now, I found that information on Project Hamilton to be interesting enough to where I decided to dig just a little bit deeper on Project Hamilton. And I came across this. I went to the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. It was previously mentioned right here in this article. It previously mentions research with the Federal Reserve of Boston. So we go here, Federal Reserve Bank of Boston. And what do you have right here on the front main page? And a direct article. Boston Fed and MIT released technological research on a framework for a central bank digital currency. Interesting, right? How all the information is just like Little breadcrumbs right here that you just follow. Seems to be like right in front of your face if you just look. So we clicked on it. That's Mr. Hamilton himself right there. You scroll down. Headline: Project Hamilton can handle 1.7 million transactions a second. Guys, that's blazing fast. That's way more fast than anything that exists right now. So Project Hamilton has been discovered that it can handle 1.7 million transactions per second. This article is from February 3rd, 2022. It says, while Facebook's lackluster earnings bruised the stock market, Thursday afternoon, the Boston Federal Reserve and MIT Digital Currency Initiative, the DCI, released Phase 1 of their digital currency research. Dubbed Project Hamilton, the initiative explores theoretical applications of CBDCs and digital currencies in the U.S. According to a statement by the Boston Fed, it is separated from the Fed board evaluation of CBDCs. And when you scroll down, what do you happen to come across? A picture of Miss MIT DCI Director Nia Narula herself, right there in the article. Under MIT DCI Director Nia Narula, the team created two types of core CBDC transition processors. The better design was capable of handling 1.7 million transactions per second. The team had to cut out a ledger-type system to achieve superior speed, and 99% of transactions were completed in under 1 second. Quote, our second architecture processes transactions in parallel on multiple computers and does not rely on a single ordering server to prevent double spends, the report said. This results in superior scalability but does not materialize in ordered history for all transactions. The second architecture demonstrated throughput of 1.7 million transactions per second, with 99% of transactions durably completing in under a second, and the majority of transactions completing in under a half second. Bitcoin is well known for its limit to around 7 transactions per second. Now think about that. Bitcoin processes at 7 transactions per second. This experimental process they discovered can handle 1.7 million transactions per second. Now, how long do you think Bitcoin is going to be around when the technology coming is that much more advanced? Think about it. In 2020, the Fed reported an average of 64 million transactions every day. That should tell you everything right there you need to know about Bitcoin. Now moving on. Let's go back to Dr. Shafi Goldwasser. She's a Turing Award winner, director, Simons Institute for the Theory of Computing, UC Berkeley, C. Lester Hogan Professor of EECS, RSA, Professor of EECS, MIT, Professor of Applied Mathematics and Computer Science at Weizmann Institute of Science. Now let's look a little farther and see who Shafi Goldwasser is. She is an Israeli-American computer scientist and winner of the Turing Award in 2012. She is the RSA Professor of Electrical Engineering and Computer Science at MIT, a Professor of Mathematical Sciences at the Weizmann Institute of Science of Israel, co-founder and chief science of Duality Technologies, and the director of the Simons Institute for the Theory of Computing in Berkeley, California. Pretty smart girl. Now scrolling on down, let's just get to the meat of it. This part right here. Since November 2016, Goldwasser has been serving as the chief scientist and co-founder of Quality Technologies, a U.S.-based startup which offers secure data analytics using advanced cryptographic techniques. She is also a scientific advisor for several technology startups in the security area, including QED-IT, specializing in the zero-knowledge blockchain, and Algorand, a pure proof-of-stake blockchain. Ladies and gentlemen, what that means is we just found our counsel connection. Our direct counsel connection to Algorand, Shafi Goldwasser. So, seeing as how she's a direct connect to Algorand, let's go look at the website. Here is the actual Algorand website. It is a beautiful website, well done, lots of really cool graphics, tons of information going on the front of it. You look down the front page, it's a beautiful website, all kinds of stuff going on. One of the nicest websites I've actually seen of the cryptos when I've looked at them. Lots of moving parts. No lack of effort in this website. Beautiful graphics. Algorand. So when we go to About, let's look at Team. because that's one of Algorand's strong points is their team. This gentleman here, who you heard referred to in the previous parts of this video by the other tubers, Silvio McCallie. I mean, he is regarded as being a genius when it comes to this kind of stuff. I mean, you can't find anything negative about this guy. It's always positive, always brilliant, always complimentary. Literally, they say this guy is a borderline genius. Scrolling on down, look what we found down here at the bottom. Scientific advisors. There's Miss Shafi Gowasser herself on the scientific advisors team on the Algorand website. Confirmed direct connection of Shafi Gowasser and Algorand back to the new PayPal Advisory Council for Economics, Regulations, Blockchain, Crypto, and Digital Currencies. A direct Algorand connection to the council. Okay guys, let me see if I can wrap this whole thing up in a nutshell here, everything that we heard and learned today. So what we found is we have a direct link from Algorand connected to a new advisory council at PayPal who has associates from BlackRock, JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs and Company, the Biden-Harris administration, the World Economic Forum, Davos, a borderline genius named Silvio McCallie, involved in the crypto blockchain that has a carbon negative footprint and a variety of scalability. One associate involved with experimental program that can process transactions per second at 1.7 million transactions per second at a current price of 76 cents per share, all meanwhile being associated and being compliant with the oncoming ISO 20022 financial system. Only 1 of 5 cryptos currently proven to be so. So the subscriber who asked me what I thought of Algorand could be the passive player at the table holding the royal flush of crypto. Okay guys, that's what I got for you today. Shout out once again to Coin Bureau, Noaty Crypto, and Auphanim for their excellent work and information that was provided in this video. If you have not subscribed, guys, please subscribe. Help build the channel, trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Like the videos and hit the bell so you get all the updates of the new videos when we drop. Stay tuned for the 100 subscriber challenge that's coming up next after this video drops. And until then, and at that point in time, we'll catch you in the next trap.